Greetings everyone, hello and welcome to Park Beyond, a new park simulation or park sandbox game that you can play today, coming out on Steam. And of course I wanted to have a look at that because I'm always interested in economy simulations, and this one is no different. We're building an amusement park from scratch. We do have two options available right now with the release version, that is a campaign mode and a sandbox mode. And what I really like is that the sandbox mode is not just a creative mode. We can also just choose to play with finances. We need to control them, we need to make an income, and I like that we have difficulty settings for that because I really am not into creative mode, to be honest, where there's no challenge other than building stuff. And we are going ahead, of course, with the sandbox mode right away. Before we really get into the game, also I want to thank all my Patreon supporters, and if you're interested in this game and want to purchase that, have a look at the link in the video description. There's a discount for you as well if you're interested in a Steam version of the Park Beyond. Now for the sandbox version, we are going right into that. We have a lot of maps available. We can play in the Alpine mountains. There's a couple of them available. We can play in the desert. We can also play in the Mediterranean. And we can play in Asia, which is also something really cool, I think. Alright, for starters though, since, yeah, well, I live in the Alps, we do need to have something close to the Alpine mountains. We do have one giant flat terrain that we have over there. I think this is not very realistic though, so we're going ahead with something, yeah, more where there's also more terrain in our surrounding. Let's go ahead with the Alpine Mountains Peaceful Plain, and also we need to set the difficulty options right away. So difficulty, we can go from Dreamer, this is the creative mode more or less, all the way to Worry Free. Now, of course not. Tycoon is the highest one, I think, so Worry Free is actually the one without money. We are going ahead with a medium setting for now. Manager upkeep is medium. We're starting with the lowest amount of money, so we really need to plan carefully what we want to do. There's land extensions. There's the Sophia's lab, so that's the research lab that we have. Ride and facility decline also means that we will need to maintenance them constantly and maintain them, and goal is none, so we are playing without a goal. We just want to create a big park if possible if we're not going bankrupt before that. These are the settings. Let's get into Park Beyond. Alright, and so it starts with a train, of course, getting us the park visitors over, right? We are in the Alpine Valley, so it's a bit hard to reach us. We'll just see how feasible that is when we look at finances. I have no idea. We start out with this park with a very odd-looking road that I definitely don't want to have here. We cannot delete anything outside of our boundaries right now, so we're starting with, yeah, well, with a very small plot of land. We can see this now. Right, so in here we can build right now. All the other things we would have to purchase them, right? So for quite a high price, yeah, honestly. We have 10,000 cash right now available, park level 1 that is. And yeah, well, we're starting in the year 1 January 1st, and with that, yeah, that's our sandbox here. That's where we can play along with. I would like to start, of course, with a path first. By the way, it looks like we have a lot of stuff available right now. We don't, right? So we are having a few basic things at the moment. The rest we'll need to research with a milestone unlocks then. So level 1, once we reach level 2, we have a new milestone. We can unlock a few more things. It's a bit like City Skylines here. Let's go ahead. There's the path. I would need to increase the path width right away because we definitely want to have a main road here, kind of like, right? So let's make it really big, and also let's actually attach it to the grid. We can have a choosing here between free building, right? And we can also go ahead with a grid. And I like grids for road building especially. Now I can also see that this is not really in the center, so let's try to keep it central, and I'm going to just make one giant road here to the other side for now, right? And then I want to have somewhere in between a roundabout, right? Something in the middle, more or less, in the current middle of what we have. We can build this another road that goes over here and over here. Unfortunately, there's no real roundabout builder, so we need to do this ourselves, right? Now let's just see. I hope I'm not spending too much money there right now. And then we're going up here. One, yeah, something up like, it's snapping unfortunately, but something like this is is something that I would like to have. Very good. And we can also do this on the other side. I think it was like this. Okay, so I think I do have it kind of like even, and now we can get rid of the center there to get us kind of like a roundabout with those little curvies in there that I like as well, right? So with that, we have the centerpiece of our current park. We might need to move that here a bit to have it equal to the road, but because that is something that triggers me immediately. There is no the park entrance is not in the center of the grid, right? So we would need to move it to make it to the center of the grid. No idea why it's like that. So and there we have then this road, and I might actually cover the park entrance in a road too, so that it does look a bit more central here to that, right? And here it goes in. Perfect. We only wasted like $800 so far on a bit of a road building here. There is, I think, one fountain. It's a bit small, perhaps. We can actually put the scale up for this mountain. For this fountain, right? So that's pretty cool. We can make it smaller or bigger depending on whatever. And yeah, we can place it then here somewhere in the center of this entrance. And I would also like to go ahead with, oh, we also would have these smaller ones here. We could actually have one here, a smaller one, and another smaller one then somewhere over here. And then we also have these park beyond signs, right? That I would like to have then somewhere here. Kind of like as a greeting for all the people visiting this park. I hope I'm not spending too much here right now. We need to be very careful about money at the moment. I would also like to go ahead with some props then that we could add in the center. Right now we don't really have the most beautiful ones, right? Let's actually keep it like this for now, because I want to get cracking with some first attractions so that money rolls in. We do need some shops for sure, and we do need the first attractions for sure. Let's go ahead with the crazy Kraken. Costs me 900 right away. It's for adults, families. No, it's not for adults really. It's for families and teens. So we also need to make sure that we have the right visitor preferences locked, and that I provide a fun for everyone that visits, right? So for something that doesn't like adults, we do need something that do adults like the shining pendulum, for example. This one here. Can we have a... No, there's no scale for these. That would have been very interesting. And yeah, we can go ahead and have one of these here then, yeah, close to my park here, right? There you go. And every attraction does need its exit. For this, we are going down with the path width again to 6, so exactly 1/2 of it. So people can leave this then. And we also need a queue, of course. This one we can have with a wooden railing, for example. Vintage, metal, ornate wood. Let's go ahead. This is already a metal one, so let's actually stick with the metal. And then I just need to have a proper entrance, of course. We can expect some higher queue levels, right? So we can make this around the attraction here, like this. Leading then all the way to that entry here, right? And with that, we got the first attraction running. It's not running right at the moment because we haven't activated it yet, but this is then going. Of course, there is no ornaments here yet. Don't forget that, right? So we're just laying out the basic foundation. We do need then something for adults as well that I would like to have. So the for teens, sorry, that would be the Kraken. Of course, I want to make sure that people see these attractions, right? So they look kind of like towards them. And yeah, we could have then another one like this. Oh, I just see that the entrance is on the other side, like here. This is actually the front of the attraction. Laying out the queue, and let's also have the queue on the other side then, just here. Tricky. This would be possible. Go ahead with that. People see that. I want that everyone sees those attractions as well, right? So definitely we should have something to look for. One more is the pirate ship. Let's have this on the other side. Also once again, so that everybody can see that right away. There is then the road, and as we can see, we can kind of like snap it. Wait a second, we can get rid of that again. I would like to have a bit, yeah, perfect, like this, right? So that the exit is right beside the fountain there. There you go. And then we just need the queue. Very good. And a queue as well. And for everybody to see that. This is that. Let's unpause, right? So the first visitors will be coming in now. Another very important thing that we need now that we have our first attractions laid out is some staff, of course. And the first one is the janitor, cleans up the park. And I'm also going to hire a mechanic, also repairs and maintains those rides. We can also choose the salary, so their efficiency goes up the higher we pay them, of course, and they have energy. So that means we need to also replenish their energy with a staff building. So let's go ahead and also get us one of these out. That's the toilet. And there's the staff lounge, right? And one of the very first basic buildings, more or less. Let's just see where we can then get one of these. Probably here by the queue. Right, also a bit central because people or my staff definitely will need to get to this place here. And I also want to, of course, hide these queues a bit more than or something like that. Oh yes, and with the first attractions, the park is open. Now people are really flooding in. I wonder if the train gets more cars. Unlikely, but we can only dream. It's actually a really nice looking train here. Come in, come in. I'm not going to put a fee on the park entrance for now, right? Definitely don't want that. Yeah, this is problematic here with the park entrance. Let's just see. So you can have it some more there. This is looking a bit better right now. They go a bit more central into the park area. Hello, hello everyone. And let's also, while these people flood in, let's also have some trees. Definitely want that. It's a warm weather, right? And I definitely want to go ahead with a few trees. We can add also here by the queues, so people are having a bit of a shade. Perhaps another tree. Doesn't look like this fits the Alpine region. That's a good one. And then on the other side too, an apple tree. You can also eat something while waiting. That would be interesting. Yeah, let's make an apple tree. Let's make 2 apple trees here. So those people also can eat something and stay healthy, of course. And as we can see, they're going right for the attractions. Those attractions have a standard fee right now active, so $5 we charge. For this one here, for this one we charge $4.50. And as we also can see here, can we see the maintenance level now? It's at 100% still, but it's going to decline. And this is where the mechanic comes in then. And yeah, overall, this is the first basic stuff that we have. These are all the attractions actually that we have right now. We do also have some roller coasters available, so 3 of them we have at the moment. The problem is roller coasters are really expensive. So before I built them, or they're really expensive to maintain as well. Look at that, the upkeep is 684 for one roller coaster, 970 and 440. Just take that in comparison with the normal ones here. That's $300 and that's $375 upkeep, right? So they cost twice as much. We want to make sure that we have enough well, people in the park to actually sustain that. Alright, the first people are going in. They are going to ask questions like, where can I drink something, where can I sit, and where can I go to the toilet? Let's actually start with the toilet. Let's have the first toilet right here by the entrance. And one of these costs me 14 upkeep. So once again, we need to be very careful how many of these we build. So one should be fine for now. They're just going to disappear in this black hole. I think they're also not paying me anything here, right? Nah, they're not paying. So a toilet, unfortunately, has to be free. And in that case, yeah, at least we have one. Right, as we can see, the queues are filling up. And of course, also, we can ride together with them. Yeah, it's a bit nauseating. I can already feel it. Also, what I like is that every one of these... So first of all, these are not individuals, right? They're groups. So there's groups running around. And these have, of course, happiness bonuses. They have their needs for food, for drinks, for the toilet, for energy as well. So they want to rest from time to time. And they also have preferences of what they want to ride, basically. So adults want a bit more crazy stuff. And children need a bit more slower stuff or things that are not that nauseating. Let's just also, yeah, add some drinks. We do need that. So we do have only one right now. That is the Park Beyond Soft Drink Shop. More are going to be unlocked, of course, over time, but this is a starting one, right? And yeah, let's have this one around the circle that we have here, so we can have the first one then over there, a drink shop, where people can drink something. And right beside that, I would like to go ahead with a candy apple shop, so this is something where people can also eat something then, clipping nicely together with the tree. I might also go ahead and add some machines. So we do have, of course, something like an ATM machine, so people can actually get more stuff or drinks like that more quickly, right? So having a smaller drink shop here, for example, together with a snack shop, so they can also quickly catch them something. Can we actually move this a bit closer together? That would be amazing. Oh, and while I'm doing this, we have reached the next park level. So visitor capacity is increased, we get more visitors. Also, we get a new lab expansion that we can use to unlock more buildings. Let's keep this one in mind for now. So there's a few tiny strange things, like the drinking machine here snaps to the park. The snack machine does not, right? So it has a free roam all the time and there's no setting for this. A bit strange, alright, we have to kind of like have to go with that for now, I think. Even though, of course, I would like to get them a bit more closely together, but okay, we have to live with that. Let's also have some decorations in between, like a gumball machine. Everybody likes gumballs. And we're going ahead also with some decorations then in between. Some trees. We can have some bushes here in the back. That's way too tall. Yeah, there you go, something like that. Perhaps we find some flowers there in between that I can still stick in as well. With that, have a tiny area where people can also buy something. As we can see, there's even queues now for these shops, as people want to eat and drink something. Of course, we should still also provide benches. So let's go ahead. Also some benches where people can sit and enjoy the day. This is actually snapping to the path. That is something that I like. So we can have it within or outside of it. Let's have some of them outside. And also here. And on the other side as well. As always, very important, trash cans. Also have a few of them. Alright, so how's it looking so far? Park level 2 we have now. We have a visitor happiness of 76%. Drinks and food is actually particularly low. Also energy, but with the benches I think the energy goes up then again. Food and drinks we just built, so this should also go up over time. And cleanliness is at 93%, so we should definitely keep it at that level. Trying that, and we have an income right now of $250 per month, that is. I like that the game has a night cycle, so we can also see the park at night, and as we can see, it's a bit dark, right? So we got a few lamps here. I really don't want to waste more money though, so for now, we're just going to stay happy with the few lights that we have over there. And of course, the attractions are lighted as well. But it's a bit tricky there, because we are already down on cash to 4,500. And as we can see, visitor happiness goes up and to 89% right now. We got 400 visitors out of the 800 that we can have as a maximum. So there's still room. Next up on the list, let's actually purchase some new rides. We have the roller coaster, don't forget that, that we might as well implement. But for now, let's go for something new. So we got a lot of additional extensions or expansions that we can have. General improvement stuff, for example. We can also go with profitability-focused rides. I like that. Contains flat rides that have a high star rating in the profitability category, like the Ferris wheel, for example. This actually has a pretty high upkeep cost though, of 1,100. But it is profitable. I think we might actually go for one of these. Bumper Brawl in Himalaya Adventures as well. Let's go ahead and unlock this. Right, the next unlock we can do with the next level upgrade then. And the next level upgrade we do get with a park appeal of 150 and also a 94% cleanliness level. Alright, let's go ahead and build that. There we have the Ferris wheel. Holy cow, that's a big one. I mean, I was expecting it. And it would be nice for this one to, yeah, be visible. Somewhere over there. This costs me, what? 4,000? Wasn't this cheaper? 1,200 it actually states here. Why is this so expensive now? Oh, because it is in the ground, right? Let's actually put it to the grid. And let's actually put it down there a bit. And as we can see, now it costs the ride, right? It was down in the ground, and that's why it did cost that much. A bit strange, but okay. And let's have this one, yep, somewhere in the center so everybody can see it. And also the people can see it then as well. There you go. We did need an exit, of course, that goes out here. And we need an entrance. What kind of gate do we have? Yeah, I think the whiter version should be fine. That's actually fitting. Ah, there's the edge of the map, alright. Also be careful to not get into the main road there. And with that, a new attraction comes to town. And yeah, we will need to do the queues there again. But we are going to move them, of course, again after a while anyway. I hope that this one really brings in profit, because it is darn expensive. I think the Kraken might be my favorite one so far. It looks a bit crazy. People are also getting wet, it seems. That's something I don't like so much then. Alright, ferry wheel. Yeah, hopefully there's lots of people. We don't want these to ever be empty. We need the money to roll in. Ticket fee is pretty high. And as we can see, my balance right now is, yeah, positive. The biggest expenses are the staff salary and the toilets. Can't hurt to have another drink stand, also somewhere here, as this one has a pretty high queue. People really like to drink something. Do we see how much profit one of these makes? Visitors, we have quite a lot, that's right. We can even set the individual prices of each drink. So the lemon iced tea that we have available right now, the classic cola, all the way up to a guanabana smoothie. Never heard of this before. And there is the balances that we want to see. Profit, $147 it makes per month at the moment. 154. And the food shop, 146 last month. So that should be, yeah, should be fine for now. Also the individual rides, of course, make us a profit here right now. This one and this one is at 152. It's actually way lower, but there also doesn't seem to be that many people visiting that. And the Kraken is at 85 only. It's the lowest profitable one that we have. And to end it, we are also going to decorate the center a bit with the things that we have at the moment. A few trees, A few flowers, of course, flower beds. Unfortunately, we don't really have any complex flower beds. This is, I think, the most complex one that we have. Modern flower bed, there it is, but there's no flowers attached to it. Yeah, there you go, some flowers all around it. Fits nicely. Unfortunately, there's no snap to road or so. I would love that, because right now we need to manually place them like this, which is a bit tedious. And here also, and rotate it every time to adjust it to the benches. Alright. Something like that for now. We might need to change once we have a few more flower beds available or whatnot. So far, 600 on the profit. We are coming into, yeah, June and July into the summer, so I'm expecting more visitors. We're at 600 out of 800 at the moment, so we might need to work on that first roller coaster. And we're doing that in the next episode. Stay tuned.